Hey there, it's Carson from Wandering Dillos. Today we're going to have a quick how-to video that'll explain some of the tips and tricks for replacing these worn-out supports on your RV. So your RV probably has many of these little lift springs or lift supports. They'll be on compartment doors, various places around your unit. Over time they wear out. Ideally, these things open right up and they'll extend into that upright position and they'll stay there. And as you can see, this one, they're getting worn out and it just won't prop open into that full open position. Fortunately, they're very easy to replace, so we're going to show you exactly how to do that. Now at the top and the bottom of each strut, there's going to be a little clip, a little retaining clip. So really the only tool you should need is a flat bladed screwdriver, and you just insert that up under the clip and loosen the clip. You do want to be careful because if you take it all the way off, they'll go flying off into Never Never Land. You don't have to remove it completely. Once that clip is removed, then these will very easily pop off, just like that. You do want to make sure that you're holding or have a helper hold up the hatch, because as you can see, as soon as you pop that off, the remaining strut will no longer hold it up and it will come crashing down on you. So you have to be careful. People have actually broken their arms because they weren't prepared for that little bit right there. On the bottom of the strut, same thing. Get up under there. Take off the retaining clip and remove the strut. Again, you want to make sure you've got a helper or prepared, because the lid now is not supported and it's going to come down on you. Fitting the new strut, it's pretty easy. Just reverse the process. You can see these will have that same retainer clip on there. You really just take it and it snaps on. Very easy. Bottom, just line it. And snaps in. So already you can see that's a major improvement. We've only replaced one side and it is pushing the lid up and holding the compartment door open. So when we replace the other side, it's going to work really well. So let's go ahead and do the other side. And I'm going to hold the lid up. Comes off that easy. Putting them back on, not necessarily that easy. The other thing is, you want to make sure you put them in the same orientation as when you removed them. Since you're doing them one at a time, you can always look at the other one and see how it was done. So in this case, they're mounted with the tube piece, the shock tube, actually on the top. There we go. That's all there is to it. Pretty simple. The only real tricky part about this is making sure that you get the right replacement part. If you look at your existing part, if you're lucky, it will have a sticker on it or a label that will tell you exactly what part number you're looking for. In this case, there is a silk screened printing on here. You probably can't see. That's okay, because I can hardly make it out either. Most of the numbers on there, not helpful, except there is one that says 270 N, that's 270 newtons. That's the amount of force that this particular lift can support. So 270 newtons, that's about 60-ish pounds if my math is right. So that is going to be important because when you buy a replacement, you want to make sure that it has enough capacity to lift the load. The other thing that you're going to need to note is what type of ending does it have. So these are snap-on clip type endings, very common. I would guess most coach applications are going to have that type of ending as the standard. However, there are other ones out there. So if yours looks something like these that has some other threaded end or specialty connector, that's going to be important to note that, so you make sure that you get the right replacement. If you don't have a model number on it, the most important measurements that you're going to need, whether you go online or whether you go to a brick and mortar store, is going to be the overall length of the support. And basically you're going to want to measure from the hole, center of the hole, to the center of the hole at the other end. So for example, this particular unit is, I would call that 17, might be 17 and a quarter. But you want one that has an extended length of 17 inch. And then the other part that's going to be important is what is the length of the shaft, because this is how much the strut and the support can be compressed. So you want to measure that. So in this case, it's about 7 inches. So the important things are going to be the extended length, 17 inches, the shaft length and extension, 7 inches, the type of endings, and then how much weight it needs to support. So again, for coach doors, you're probably looking at somewhere between 60 and 90 pounds capacity per strut. With that information, go to the store online and get the part that you need. I'm not promoting any particular product, but we've done our business with liftsupportsdepot.com. They've got great tutorials. They've got a great widget for selecting your strut that you need. Even if you don't buy it there, you might check it out there just to make sure that you're getting the right part. So a quick and easy maintenance item that you can do on your RV. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, we'll see you on the road.